Hello, welcome everyone. If you have not yet received a copy of the BSW series workbook, please be sure to grab one. If you're watching this online, there will be a link inside of the show notes where you can access today's worksheets. You can download them and print them out, and you can use them for to follow along with us in the exercises. If you don't see the links in the show notes, you can go to entrefluencer.club and look for our workshop page in the menu bar, and you'll be able to access the downloadable sheets there, the worksheets. While we're waiting for others to join the workshop, let's take a look at the question on the screen. What surprised you during your interviews or your beta launch after workshop number 4? Go ahead and share your answers in the comments, and we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Thanks. All right, hello again, and thank you for joining me for today's workshop, Building a Business Model That Works. This is the 5th of 12 modules in the Bespoke Startup Workshop Series. This series has been strategically designed for aspiring entrepreneurs and early stage business owners who want a step-by-step format that explains how to launch your business or your subsequent company the right way, vastly improving your chance for success. Today's workshop is sponsored by Coleman Tanner Consulting, your source for strategic business solutions. Buckle up, because we're taking a quick trip into Clayton's life when he is about to face a decision that will determine how his business actually runs. After getting great feedback from his beta clients, Clayton realized something. He could actually help people. The problem? His offer was a bit messy. One client wanted a branding session, another needed weekly support. A third asked, "Can you just do it all for me?" Suddenly, Clay found himself overwhelmed, serving each client differently, trying to please everyone, and losing track of what he was actually building. That's when he realized he didn't just need an offer, he needed a business model, something repeatable, scalable, understandable, a system that made sense for both him and his clients. Today's workshop is where we move from side hustle to small business structure. In this session, you'll learn how to, number one, choose a business model that fits your strengths and goals. Number two, clarify how you deliver value. And number three, use the lean canvas to map your startup on a single page. Let's begin. Now, my lawyer, that would be me, tells me that I have to share this disclaimer up front so that I will comply with federal and state law. This workshop provides general information and insights for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be, nor should be, construed as legal or financial advice. The information presented is not a substitute for professional advice tailored to your specific circumstances. You should consult with a qualified legal, financial, or other licensed professional advisors before making any decisions based on the information provided in this workshop. We make no warranties or guarantees regarding the success, profitability, or other outcomes resulting from the application of any information presented in this workshop. Participants are solely responsible for their own actions, decisions, and the consequences thereof. Reliance on any information provided in this workshop is at your own risk. We disclaim any and all liability for any errors, inaccuracies, or omissions in the information provided, as well as any losses or damages that may arise from the reliance on the information. Please consult with your own legal and financial advisors to ensure that the information presented in this workshop is appropriate for your specific needs and your specific situation. Thank you. All right, before we proceed, here's just a couple of housekeeping rules. I ask that you be polite to others in the comments section of these videos. And while it's always a good idea to test and debate ideas, given that this is a limited forum available for this workshop, we won't entertain any challenges during this workshop. You're encouraged to challenge these ideas on your own after the workshop. Let's make this a positive and engaging experience for all participants. Okay, before we proceed, I'd like to take a minute to properly introduce the backstory behind this workshop series. I recently co authored a book using an open source AI. You may have heard of it. It's called ChatGPT. The title of this book is The Bespoke Startup, a Business Incubator Guide for Aspiring Entrepreneurs, and it's available on Amazon. After I finished writing the book, I self published it, and then I began to create a series of workshops to teach these concepts in person. And I decided to go ahead and bring it online as well, here on YouTube or wherever you're watching it. The goal of the series is to give entrepreneurs and influencers what I wished I had when I had first launched my very first business. On the next slide, I'm going to share a little bit about my company and what we do. So I have three different branches inside of Coleman Tanner Enterprises: real estate business brokerage, small business financial management, and small business consulting. Our mission is to provide small business owners with the guidance that they need to successfully launch, scale, and then eventually sell their businesses using micro M&A and private equity strategies to achieve the pinnacle of financial freedom. At Coleman Tanner Realty, we help entrepreneurs buy and sell businesses. At Coleman Tanner Financial, we help sophisticated service-based business owners manage their bookkeeping, payroll, tax planning, business valuation, financial management advisory services, social media management, and provide them with weekly business coaching sessions. At Coleman Tanner Consulting, we help with entity formation, corporate regulatory compliance monitoring, and other legal advisory services. And we specialize in developing a bespoke micro M&A growth strategy to quantum leap your business from an entrepreneurial endeavor to an enterprise gazelle, which is nomenclature for a rapidly growing firm. Our end game is to help place you in a position to exit your business within a 3 to 5 year or 3 to 7 year period with a golden parachute, so that you can have the time and the money freedom to achieve your next life goal, whatever that is, whether it be to start a new business venture or to travel around the world with your family and all the things in between. At the Entrefluencer Training Company, we guide startup entrepreneurs and influencers through the pre-launch foundational stages of ideation, validation, branding, market research, and crafting an itemized launch plan, as well as provide marketing tips, recommendations, back office tools, and customer support, and show you guys how to, and gals, how to use our proprietary small business improvement matrix, which will help you mitigate risks and optimize your company for quantum growth and a successful exit. The Bespoke Startup Workshop Series is specifically for aspiring entrepreneurs, startup founders, and early stage small business owners. All right, I'd like for you to take out a sheet of paper, and I want you to divide it into three columns like you see on the screen. With the first column, I want you to write a column one, write a one at the top of it. In column two, draw a two, and in column three, draw a three. Now I'd like you to answer the following question by giving yourself a rating from 1 to 5 in the first column, with 1 being a low score like an F in grade school, and 5 being the top score like an A in grade school. The first question is this: how well do you know your business model type? If you have a sound idea, give yourself a 5. If you have no idea, give yourself a 1. If you somewhat know, give yourself a rating from 2 to 4. Okay, in the second column, I want you to do the same thing. The second question for column 2 is: how clear is your unique value proposition, or UVP? If it's a super clear value proposition, give yourself a 5. If you have no idea what your value proposition is, give yourself a 1. And if you have some idea, give yourself a rating between 2 and 4. Our third and final question is these in this self-assessment is: have you ever used a lean canvas to create a one-page business plan? If you have, give yourself a 5. If you have no idea, give yourself a 1. And if you're somewhere in the middle, give yourself a rating between 2 and 4. All right. The self assessment that you just took is not intended to criticize your unclear ideas. Rather, it aims to illustrate ways to refine your business concepts. Keep in mind that a successful business is one that has a well defined business plan. If you have any questions before we continue forward, go ahead and write them in the comments section or send me an email to theentrefluentiallife@gmail.com and I'll be happy to answer them at that time later on, as soon as I receive them, whenever that is. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, the first two business models that we see here are one on one services, and this includes coaching, consulting, done for you professional services such as accountants, attorneys, architects, financial advisors, and engineers. And the second one is subscription slash membership services, which is one to many rather than one on one to many. You're able to service multiple people at the same time, where your clients come to you for either on a weekly or a monthly basis to receive some type of valuable service, whether it be coaching, training, swipe files, and so on. Because you're providing your customers with ongoing value, you get to earn a recurring revenue. Four other types of popular service based business models include courses and info products. Because your deliverables can be in digital format, your ability to scale is substantial. Then we have freemium to premium. In this business model, you start off by offering your product or service for free, then you upsell your customers into a higher tiered product or service, or you cross sell additional or ancillary products and services that complement the free items that you're providing. Next, we have the agency slash management team model. Here, you manage a team of people that are trained to replicate the products or services that you provide, giving you the ability to scale your business by having human capital to initiate more deliverables. An example of this would be a real estate brokerage firm. You have all of the agents out there replicating your service, which is to help people buy and sell homes or lease properties. And so you're able to scale what you're able to do on your own through all of the agents that you hire. Finally, we have the franchisor slash licensor business model. Here, you are contracting for the use of someone else's business model, or you're contracting out other people the opportunity to use your business model if you're the franchisor, which includes your frameworks, your systems, your standard operating procedures, your vendor lists, and economies of scale, buying in bulk, the supplies that you use for your business. And then, which is to say that the people who are working underneath your licensing contract are able to buy the raw goods in bulk and save money as opposed to buying it on their own in small quantities. So the three main benefits of this type of model is rapid scalability. You can grow your business by expanding into new markets using other people's money, hence the franchisees, and you get paid by them to do it. So a franchise startup fee could be as low as $5,000, such as an online travel agency, or it could be as high as $1 million initial startup cost to buy a franchise of a McDonald's, for instance. And the monthly recurring revenue is typically a franchise fee of around 6% for marketing and royalties, which is pretty nice to have on a monthly basis if you have multiple franchisees using your system. So you've got some decisions to make. For example, you should ask yourself three questions. First, do I want recurring revenue or one time projects? I'm going to go with recurring revenue myself. Number two, how much time can I trade? And number three, Can this be productized or delegated in the future? When you're planning your business, it's important to begin with the end in mind, than to figure it out as you go. You should want recurring revenue because it increases the value of your business when you get ready to sell it and move on. It also provides you with peace of mind that you can count on a certain amount of money to come in each month. When you ask yourself, how much time can I trade? You should realize that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Therefore, your capacity to deliver a product or a service is limited. However, there are ways to increase your output. Firstly, technology enables us to systematize certain actions. Secondly, you can deploy other people to replicate what you do, which is what we call human capital, because you can earn money from the labor of others. It's what every business with an employee or a subcontractor does, and you should do it too if you want to grow your income. Third, you should ask yourself, can this service be productized or delegated in the future? Again, we want to scale our businesses to make it more attractive to prospective buyers in the future. So you should start thinking about how you can package your products and or services in a way that is replicable in large scale. That concludes our first mini presentation. Next up, we have a short hands-on activity that will take this lesson from conceptual to practical. We're going to pick a business model. Let's get started. All right, it's time to roll up those sleeves for our first activity, choosing your business model. Here's the game plan. First, answer the following four questions. What does your customer pay for? How often do they pay for it, the product or service? How is the product or service delivered? And what model feels most aligned with your lifestyle and your energy right now? Next, you're going to write down a 30-second elevator pitch. If someone in an elevator asked you, what do you do? This would be your answer. For example, mine is, I help entrepreneurs and influencers become empire builders by leveraging micro M&A growth strategies and private equity for exit multiple arbitrage. So they're not leaving money on the table and they're landing with a golden parachute when they decide to exit their business, and they get to leave a legacy business for others to carry onward. You can start with, I help X customers struggle with Y problem so they can achieve Z solution. Try to create 2 to 3 different versions of your elevator pitch, which is your unique selling proposition, by the way, and choose the version that feels right for you. Now, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Pause the video now to complete this activity, and then when you're done, hit the play button when you're ready to move forward. Okay, let's check back in with Clayton and see how he did on this activity. So, Clayton chose his business model to be the one on one service based coaching and consulting business. His deliverable is a 90-minute clarity session and messaging blueprint for small business owners who need help in branding. His future model expansion includes group workshops and or self-paced online courses. Well done, Clayton. Now let's move on to our second mini presentation of the day, clarifying your value proposition. Why should they buy from you? The goal of a clear value proposition is to provide assurance to your prospects that you are the right person to help them with their problem or desired objective. Your unique value proposition, or UVP, is what sets you apart from your competitors. While you and your competition will generally offer the same product or service, each one of you will compete for customers by attempting to distinguish yourselves from one another. The thing that sets you apart is called a competitive advantage or the unique value proposition. It includes three items essentially: who you serve, what problem or desired objective you solve, and how you achieve your results. Put simply, why should I choose you over your competitors? What's in it for me? What makes your product or your service different and better from everyone else? Here's an example of a UVP formula. You can fill in the following blanks: target audience, problem, and solution. This is a very basic UVP or elevator pitch, but it's really all you need to convey your message. Have you heard of the KISS method? It means keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, silly. In other words, don't complicate this. Just fill in the blanks and move on. You can refine your elevator pitch, aka your UVP, later on. For our next hands-on activity, we're going to write your value statement. Okay, it's time for hands-on activity number 2. I hope you're ready for some action. First up, let's use the prompt on the screen to fill in the blanks. I help blank target audience, that's your target audience, who struggle with blank. You're going to fill in the problem that you're helping to solve or the desire that you're helping to fulfill so they can blank fill in the desired result that your clients want to achieve. In step 2, I would like for you to jot down 2 to 3 versions of this statement and then read them aloud until you hear one that feels right and sounds right to you. So go ahead and pause the video, and when you're done with this activity and you have 3 different unique value statements, then I want you to go ahead and hit play and we'll proceed forward. All right, let's check back in with Clayton's compass and see where his entrepreneurial journey is leading him and us. Clayton's value statement identifies service-based entrepreneurs as his target audience. The problem that he solves is simplifying their brand messaging, and the benefit that they'll receive is confidently growing their client base. Good job, Clayton. All right, it's crunch time, and we are moving on to the exhilarating conclusion of today's mini presentation, which is mapping out with a lean canvas. All right, I want you to behold the world of the lean canvas models on the screen. Right before your eyes, you can see that these canvases come in different shapes and sizes. Their mission is to help you and other entrepreneurs and influencers swiftly and smartly put your business ideas to the test by compartmentalizing the core elements of the business model from a bird's eye view. It's an easy to visualize document that provides lean, nimble, and ever evolving strategic methods to business planning. Here are some benefits of using a lean canvas. 1, it helps you clarify the problem. 2, the customer segments that you're going to target. 3, it holds your unique value proposition so you can remind yourself what that is. Number 4, it answers the question of the solution that you provide. What's in it for me? That's the question that your clients have. The solution is what you tell yourself on your lean canvas that you're providing for them. Channels. You easily and in one location specify the channels that you're going to start with, such as Facebook ads, YouTube videos like this, and so forth, maybe a podcast. Number six, revenue streams. So you can identify which revenue streams you're going to utilize. So to give you an example, I have some revenue streams that I put on a sticky note, right? You can see these here. So these would be inside of one of the boxes in your lean canvas model. Number seven is cost structure. Number eight is key metrics. And number nine is your unfair advantage, also known as an irresistible bonus offer. And so you can add all of these elements inside of your lean canvas business model for easy and understandable a description of what your business is going to do. Big picture, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? And how are you going to accomplish it? So here's why it works. A lean canvas is it's it's adaptable, it's clear, it's flexible, and it's quick and easy to do. All right, for our final activity for today, I want you to guess what we're going to do. If you said we're going to build a lean canvas model, you're right. That's what we're going to that's what we're going to do. So we're going to begin by filling in these four sections first, right? We have a problem, a solution, our customer segments, and our revenue streams. You can complete the rest of the boxes later on after this workshop. You'll have to look back at your worksheets from our previous workshops to fill in these boxes. If you get stuck on a box, ask yourself, what part of the canvas feels most unclear to me right now? What would help to clarify it? For instance, you may have questions about cost structure or key metrics for your industry. So I would recommend that you go to Google or to ChatGPT to get some guidance and clarification on those two items within your specific industry, and that will help you fill in each box of your lean canvas. Remember, you can always modify your answers on the canvas as you go. So go ahead and pause the video and do your best to fill in these four sections. When you're ready to continue, hit the play button and we'll move forward. All right, so let's check back in one last time with Clayton to see what he's discovered and what his next steps are going to be. Clayton's lean canvas model paints a vibrant picture. The problem that he identified is entrepreneurs tangled in a web of confusing messaging. The customer segments that he serves are coaches, consultants, and creative service providers, like marketers, for instance. The solution that he provides is brand messaging clarity in a session, as well as a messaging blueprint that they get to take away with them after the session. And his revenue stream is $750 for his clarity package, and he has an upsell into brand strategy retainers for an ongoing uh, service basis. All right, my friends, that concludes our workshop for today. I would like to thank you for joining me and provide you with a quick, concise summary of the key takeaways from the three presentations that we participated in today. Number one, your business model equals how you create and capture value. It's how you make money. Number two, remember that simpler is better when you're just getting started. And number three, the lean canvas is your roadmap for growth, for pivots, and for sales pitches. So here's your homework assignment. Finalize your value proposition, fill in your lean canvas, and look for our Founder's Companion Guide tucked inside of our Bespoke Startup Workbook, which will be helpful to you going forward. Coming up in our next workshop, we'll be crafting a compelling brand and value proposition. Now it's turn for you to ask questions of me. Feel free to write your questions in the comments, and as they arrive in my inbox, I'll respond to them here in YouTube or wherever you're watching this video. And feel free to email me as well. Let me give you that contact information. And also, I'd like to share with you my contact information for you to be able to snag other goodies and other things, and be able to contact me if you feel like you want to team up with me for some consulting services or financial management or business brokerage services. So if you want to snap a picture of this screen, I would welcome that. I appreciate it. And I'd be thrilled if you pass this information along to anybody else who is looking for a boost in their business. And let's keep the conversation going on with access to our social media channels, which you can see on the screen here. So that's it, folks. Thank you. And I wish you all epic wins in your entrepreneurial adventure. Please accept my heartfelt thank you for inviting me into your home, your office, or your mobile device where you're watching this, and to facilitate this workshop and the other ones for you. I truly appreciate the opportunity to serve you as your business broker, your legal and financial advisor, your business consultant, and educator. And I look forward to collaborating with you either now or in the future. And I look forward to seeing you inside of our next workshop. Take care and God bless you all. Thank you and bye for now.